Subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are shopping AGC Boutique, located on Bissonnet in Bellaire, Texas, just minutes away from the Houston Galleria. Lots to discover in this store, including some surprise luxury finds. Join me. Hello everyone! Sharing a curated collection in my new online store, I invite you to shop ladymarybeth.com for some wonderful additions to home and gifting and ways to elevate your everyday with crystal, a trio of custom blended teas, a fabulous tea towel, pineapple plates, a statement tray with Elevate Your Everyday, and the Diary of a Thrifter journal. I will put a link to ladymarybeth.com in the video description. AGC Boutique is the fundraising arm of Amazing Grace Charities, where community donations are strategically distributed amongst over 15 charities, individuals, and businesses to assist and restore lives. And of course, they are serving the community by keeping items out of landfills. We can shop sustainably and affordably with a great selection in this store. Welcome to AGC Boutique, where you can shop sustainably and affordably while treasure hunting for new additions to home, fashion, and gifting. And you can meet Matthew. He's got volume 2 of the Houston Thrift Guide.
Hey y'all, it's been so great to meet you from the videos and from coming through the guide. And she's got a really great find for you in store today.
The Houston Thrift Guide is your roadmap to local antique consignment and thrift. And if you can't pick one up in the store, you can certainly order it by mail at thriftguides.com or ladymarybeth.com. Lots to share with you today in this store. There are treasures everywhere you look. And a huge collection of some modern dinnerware for family-style serving. I'm loving the aqua. There's always something wonderful to discover at AGC. Matthew is always busy adding new treasures and reworking the store. And it is shopping with a purpose. Proceeds benefit the community. I'm seeing this Vietnamese pottery that looks quite interesting that is meant for family-style service. Let's take a closer look. Reactive glaze pottery creates a wonderful look. Metallic oxides and minerals are placed on pottery before they are fired, and we get this wonderful look. You will see quite a few dinner plates, but these are actually meant more for serving entrees. You could certainly pair this with white dishes for this family-style serving. The pottery set is priced at $189.99. A Japanese flower frog would also be an interesting decorative element. It is priced at $17.99. The seashell dinnerware you probably remember from a previous visit. If it has been on the shelf for a couple of months, it is deeply discounted. Make sure to ask Matthew when you're shopping if it's not marked. This looks to be from the Art Deco era. The peachy salmon color was often used in decorative elements. Would be a lovely display piece. And the back stamp is Denmark. And with some research, it is Royal Copenhagen, priced at $61.99. A beautiful bird motif. You always have to look up, you might find something wonderful, including this vintage Metlocks Poppy Trail Red Rooster teapot. And some top jewelry brands in this case. A great way to add some interest to your summer wardrobe. We'll take a look at some of these. They even have James Avery. Seashells are perfect for summer. Thrifting is certainly a wonderful way to shop affordably and add some interest to your outfit. High-end fashion jewelry at affordable prices. Kendra Scott and Brighton are well represented here, including this special pair of earrings that was a Nordstrom exclusive in her early days, priced at $59.99. The Kendra Scott Andy cuff bracelet has abalone shell accents and is well priced at $21.99. This would have retailed for about $60 when it was a current item. And Matthew has the Kendra Scott jewelry bag. This would be great for gifting. I'm also liking the white. This goes with everything, especially in the summertime, and it is also priced at $21.99. The Vertigo Vibe necklace from Brighton is brand new, priced at $60. You can find it for $88 on their website, and the matching earrings, a great idea for gifting. New in boxes, these vintage pieces can only be found at a resale shop. Fostoria American Lead Crystal, a popular jewelry line, waxing poetic, and James Avery artisan jewelry. This Fostoria American Lead Crystal was made in the 1970s. The thumbprint vase is well priced at $11.99. They added lead crystal to their giftware line during this time period, and they also had a heritage clear stemware pattern. These candle holders are $14.99. The Best Friend charms from James Avery. Always something wonderful to discover in this case. I'm loving the Fostoria. Party essentials with this mid-century new in-box set. We've got party forks and knives for serving hors d'oeuvres. During the mid-century, barware was popular, and also you had to serve some food items, and this was perfect for small bites. And they've never been used. Quite a find from the 1960s. And there's also lots of fashion here at AGC and more hidden gems in this case, with some beautiful scarves and top brands that you will certainly recognize. Step into the world of luxury resale with iconic scarves from Hermès and Burberry. And we also see some Gucci sunglasses and top brands in giftware, including Halcyon Days, Heron, Real Copenhagen, and Mats Jonassen. It's not every day that you find an Hermès scarf at a resale shop. This is timeless elegance, the beautiful lotus flower pattern. It is priced at $225.99. These sell for $550 and up retail, and there are many collectors of the vintage scarves. It's a company known for their quality, craftsmanship, and innovation. It all started with its founder, Thierry Hermès. He was born in 1801 in Krefeld, Germany, to a German mother and French father, the sixth child of innkeepers. In 1837, he moved to Paris and set up shop, using his leather-making skills to create bridles, saddles, and harnesses for the carriages of European nobility. In 1900, Hermès launched leather bags, and in 1937, the iconic scarf. Burberry is a brand that symbolizes luxury, power, and nobility. It also has an interesting history that all started with a raincoat. The founder of Burberry's is a product of his environment. In 1856, he started his company in Basingstoke on the principle that people should be protected from the rainy British weather. And in 1888, he patented a new product, gabardine, and this was breathable and weatherproof. The interior of his raincoats is this iconic Burberry check design, and that's how we lead to a whole new range of products. In 1967, a manager at the Burberry store in Paris wanted to spruce up the window displays, and he flipped up the raincoats to reveal this iconic pattern. There was such a demand for it that they soon released an umbrella to go with their rainwear line, and this has led to many other items produced, including the silk scarf. What to look for when thrifting a luxury scarf? First and foremost, you want to make sure that it has a rolled and hand-stitched hem. Very important. And of course, if it is a vintage piece, the hems can flatten over time, but should be hand-rolled, even if not as plump as the new ones. You also want to look for print quality. 25 to 30 screens are used to produce each design. And you also want to look at weight. While you may not have a postage scale when you're out thrifting, if you are shopping on eBay, you will want to ask the seller for the weight. It should be a minimum of 65 grams for a 90 by 90 centimeter scarf. Beautiful silk scarves can have alternate purposes. You could use this as a belt or hair tie, place on a side table draped with something beautiful, a collection to showcase, or even frame it. More top brands in this case, including a favorite collectible with the heron bunnies and halcyon days. I will tell you more about this style that has an interesting history, and it was made in quite a few colors, including black, an aqua blue, green, and bunnies can always be in season and on display. There's that beautiful heron back stamp. It's hand painted. It's all about the bunnies. The Heron Company was founded by Vince Stingle in 1826, and in 1839, Moore Fisher took over and brought it from a pottery factory to an internationally recognized fine porcelain manufacturer. Queen Victoria and other European royals embraced heron with their everyday dishware. I'll tell you more about the bunnies. The bunnies are known for their intricate fishnet design. This was available in several different colors, and it's based on a Chinese plate with fish scales. This first launched in 1858. A nod to nature with this floral-inspired vignette of embroidered tea towels or hand towels. The unique barware featuring hand-painted dragonflies, and a Passion for Flowers book from the designer Carolyn Rome. It's unusual to find a rose in the center of an ashtray. Of course, many alternate uses for this piece. And a pretty porcelain reticulated dish, priced at $29.99. It's interesting to find carefully curated items from someone's travels when you're shopping resale. This is from Balmoral. It is priced at $12.99. And that would be a nice addition to your desk accessories. Or it could even hold sugar packets. Let's venture on into this room with another beautiful setting and a mid-century dish pattern. I met another viewer, Joanne, and she commented that this would go very well with Colorado. Great idea for this vintage pattern. It's all about the pine cones. And it is pine from Lenox. An opportunity to find affordable dinnerware from the mid-century. The Lenox pine pattern was made from 1951 to 1977. Originally priced here at $50 for a 5-piece place setting, it is now half price, $25. A great way to set a table for the fall and winter. It's a beautiful pattern, and we always look for that back stamp. More mid-century touches with an unusual ashtray that almost seems like a work of art. Priced at $18.99. And I will show you even more of this collection. And it is a maker that you probably recognize as one that we have learned about before in a visit to Ma'am Resale. Royal Hager is a prolific American ceramic brand that traces its roots to Dundee, Illinois in 1852 with a German immigrant, David Hager. He started a brickyard, which later became a pottery business. And later, Royal Arden Hickman joined forces and created his beautiful designs in the 1950s and 60s. This is known as gold tweed in the atomic shape, even though you may find that you don't need an ashtray in your living space. You could certainly create an artful display or use this as a spoon rest on a buffet. The Royal Hager ashtrays are accented with 22 karat gold. Always look up, you may find something wonderful and have a top shelf advantage with two quite different and unique biscuit barrels from the UK. And more gold. It wasn't all about the mid-century. Gold was also popular in later years, and this is exceptional. The place settings are usually priced separately, and the serving pieces are additional, and the prices are amazing. The sugar and creamer is especially beautiful, and it has teal accents. And for your guests, you could place a gold and crystal ashtray on the table. Another dinnerware deal with Noritake Golden Mastery. This pattern was short-lived, made from 1997 to 2002. It is gold encrusted and has a teal band. Very well priced, $30.99 for a 5-piece place setting, and there are quite a few serving pieces available. The rich gold is almost like having a jewel on the table. The Golden Mastery from Noritake is a very special pattern. The amber ashtray was popular in the 1960s, and it's priced at $17.99. Let's have one more look at those biscuit jars. The wooden barrel style was a staple in most British kitchens. Continuing on our theme of entertaining and mid-century style, we have a vintage Hazel Atlas punch bowl in the Williamsport pattern. You will notice that square shape. It is complete with the cups and plastic hooks. It's fitting that this Party Perfect punch set is featured next to the barware. This has a history of being served in English men's clubs and so-called punch houses, where the beverage was served out of a large communal bowl. And the word punch is derived from the Hindi word for 5, punch, because there were 5 key ingredients for this alcoholic beverage. 1 sour, 2 sweet, 3 strong, 4 of the weak, and spices make 5. And that's how we get the word punch. The unique square shape of the punch bowl is also repeated in the shape of the cups. A classic blue and white collection with a very special vase in the Fenton opalescent optic swirl with those cobalt accents. Quite a beauty, priced at $79.99. A touch of chinoiserie. And on the second shelf, we also find a book that was quite popular for some time. And if you are looking to downsize, you could certainly donate to your local charity resale. This is an interesting nightlight. Absolutely love this. That would be a fun gift as well for the person who has everything. Let's venture on into this room. I see some vintage glass, pops of color, and some fashion as well. I found great things in this room over the years. And for a basic black blouse, they've got Coach. The blue is calling. This is definitely mid-century. Each room is full of surprises and great finds. A bit of fashion and classic black. Many customers walk in looking for a black dress or blouse. vintage glass, and some other great finds. This is from the L.E. Smith Glass Company, and it is priced at $19.99. A cake dome is practical, and with the beautiful etching, hard to pass this up. Priced at $36.99. The press cut glass from Anchor Hocking, very practical dish. And various crystal brands. This is an interesting brass base. I've seen this at resale shops, antique stores, and it usually sells for quite a lot. $19.99 would be a great way to elevate a crystal rose bowl. And brass is back. From the 1930s. These are sweet square plates, and square became popular again later. From Woods, Burslem, England. $9.99 each, and I believe that this is half price now. Some vibrant colors. And from the 1960s, we have another pattern. And that would work very well for breakfast or tea time in the Dawn Rose pattern, made in Japan. It pairs nicely with the green or the red. Let's have a look at the price. It's half price now, $100 for 34 pieces. And from the L.E. Smith Glass Company, Moon and Stars. Red would go with most every season, including July 4th. Price at $17.99 each. More to discover in this room, including some early Christmas shopping. And we definitely have a theme going, which definitely makes shopping more interesting. Sometimes you forget you're not at a retail store when you're shopping here. Everything is beautifully arranged. And interesting items. This lamp is $29.99. That is a great deal. And it's all about the wine and grapes. A treasure trove of entertaining essentials, barware, Christmas, and some great finds. Or should I say grape finds. We have a story here with a punch set, a lamp that they have just added, and it's all about the grapes. It's the real McCoy, the perfect pair of grape vases. These would work well on a buffet, even as a table centerpiece, well balanced. We want to turn that over and look for the back stamp, which is part of the mold on the pottery, McCoy. These are priced at $31.99, less 25%. A mid-century party perfect punch bowl from Anchor Hocking in the grapevine pattern. It is priced at $23.99 with 9 cups, and you can certainly find more cups on the secondary market. I do see them occasionally, and you could certainly cool drinks, use this as a centerpiece, fill it with ornaments for a holiday look, and of course fruit salad, chips, and just about anything. You can also use these for serving soup or a cup of fruit. This is definitely a walk down memory lane for me with the Marquee by Waterford. A very popular pattern in the gold rim. And here we have the platinum, complete with the original booklet, priced at $25.99 each. Hanover Platinum is a hard-to-find pattern from Marquee by Waterford. This is brand new with the original sticker and information booklet, which is such fun. I have not seen this in years. This launched during my tenure with Waterford Crystal in the early and mid-90s. The Hanover Gold pattern was very popular. Not much was made with platinum in comparison because of the lower demand, and that makes this an exceptional deal. Waterford launched the Marquee line in the early 90s, and it was meant to compete with other brands such as Lenox, and they were more contemporary in their designs, although they did have some traditional made of crystalline, which is a bit more user-friendly and affordable, and the Nachtmann factory in Germany produced these with Waterford designs. Continuing on with this silver theme, we have a chrome percolator And the wood accents are removable for cleaning. Quite an interesting piece. And a set from Germany. These tiny teacups have a back stamp of R.W. Bavaria Fine Silber, which is the Rudolf Wachter company in Bavaria, Germany. Never too early to shop for Christmas. This is a great selection of one of the most popular Christmas patterns. Fabulous pieces. This square cake plate is wonderful for tea time. You can also use it as a base for a vase or centerpiece. The tree-shaped dish is a classic. It's never too early to shop for Christmas, especially when you find the #1 holiday pattern. Spode launched Christmas Tree in 1938. It was designed by Harold Holdway for the American market. If we turn it over and look at the back stamp, we see the manufacturer, the pattern name, and also made in England. Since 2006, this pattern has been made in China, and if you're a collector, this is definitely more valuable to find an entire set made in England. $13.99 is a great price point for this Christmas tree candy dish. It would be a nice addition to your tabletop collection for holiday entertaining, or even a great gift. You could fill this with truffles, wrap it in cello with a ribbon, and why not? You could certainly start a collection. The candle holders are priced individually at $19.99, and they retail for $45 each. An interesting pair of camel pillows. This could work well for the holiday season if you don't use the traditional Christmas colors. As part of the nativity, you obviously would have the camel, and has a masculine look as well. These are from a duty-free shop in Dubai, $18.99 each. This is a Japanese style jewelry box. And you may think that that is an odd addition to a dining space, but I actually think that that could work quite well. Priced at $68.99. Place this on top of a buffet and use it for storage for tabletop essentials. It has a unique design. And the drawers could be used for napkin rings or Mariposa napkin weights if you happen to have that box. Such an interesting piece. And porcelain. Let's look at the back stamp. Price at $17.99. It is Noritake. So glad you joined me today for AGC Boutique in Bellaire. Lots to discover here. Carol, a viewer, is here shopping, and she's taking home the Fostoria vase. And she's here to pick up the Houston Thrift Guide. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with thrifting.